It's always devastating when tragedy strikes, but it's even more heartbreaking when it hits close to home. That's exactly what happened to actress Tamara Housley and her family in the aftermath of the California Thousand Oaks mass shooting at Borderline Bar and Grill in 2018. The news of the shooting was already shocking and sad, but for Tamara and her husband Adam, it became a personal and devastating reality when they discovered that their niece Elena Housley was one of the victims. Tamara, who is known for her role in the popular TV show Sister Sister, confirmed the news in a statement, saying that their hearts are broken and that they are still trying to come to terms with the loss of their beloved niece. The news of Elena's passing was confirmed by Tamara after a frantic search for her niece, who was initially reported missing after the shooting. Tamara had taken to Twitter to reach out to Elena's roommate, trying to get any information about her niece's whereabouts. Unfortunately, their worst fears were confirmed, and Tamara was left to share the devastating news with the world. As Tamara said, "Our hearts are broken. We just learned that our Elena was one of the victims of last night's shooting at Borderline Bar in Thousand Oaks. Her family and friends are devastated by her loss, and it's a tragedy that will be felt for a long time to come."
I'm okay.
Yeah.
She was an incredible, beautiful girl who didn't hurt anybody and was excited to go to Italy for a program overseas, and senseless, man. Senseless.
According to reports from the LA Times, Elena's Apple Watch and iPhone had shown that she was still inside the Borderline Bar and Grill, where she had gone to enjoy a night of line dancing with friends on Wednesday evening. This information only added to the anxiety and fear that her family was already experiencing, as they desperately waited for any news about her whereabouts. Adam Housley, Elena's uncle and Tamara's husband, had been searching for his niece, and his instincts were telling him that she was still inside the bar. He said, "My gut is saying she's inside the bar, dead," his voice filled with emotion. "I'm hoping I'm wrong." Tamara Housley had married Adam Housley in 2011. Adam is a former correspondent for Fox News, and the couple had been trying to locate Elena since the shooting occurred. The attack on the Borderline Bar and Grill was a devastating reminder of the senseless violence that can occur in our society, and it was one of the most deadly mass shootings in the U.S. As the investigation into the shooting continued, the authorities identified the shooter as a 28-year-old veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps. The motive behind the shooting is still unknown, and the community is left to grapple with the aftermath of this senseless tragedy. Elena's memory will live on, and her family will continue to cherish the time they had with her, even as they struggle to make sense of the senseless tragedy that took her life. Another Hallmark actress who has endured is Jodie Sweeten, the beloved actress known for her role as Stephanie Tanner on Full House. Her life has been a roller coaster, marked by her rise to fame, a battle with addiction, and the most inspiring journey to redemption. Her struggles began in high school, where alcohol use gradually spiraled into experimenting with harder drugs. The toll this has on her life was devastating, leading to severe weight loss and the collapse of 2 marriages. A turning point came in 2008 when an emergency custody investigation forced her to confront her addiction. Determined to change, Sweeten embraced sobriety, achieving a significant milestone on December 7th of that year. Post-recovery, she didn't just rebuild her own life, she sought to help others. She pursued education to become a drug and alcohol counselor, returned to acting, and even stepped back into her iconic role in Fuller House.
Drugs and alcohol just sort of numbed everything. I was doing cocaine and ecstasy and, alcohol and all of that.
Sweeten's journey wasn't without challenges. In 2016, she faced a broken engagement and a turbulent relationship, but she persevered. She has openly credited medication as essential to her mental health, showing her commitment to normalizing discussions about mental wellness. Our next actress is a name that will strike a chord with anyone who grew up in the 1990s, Josie Bisset. Known for her iconic role as Jane Mancini on Fox's smash hit Melrose Place, Bisset was a style inspiration of the era. While many flocked to salons asking for the Rachel haircut, countless others opted for her signature pixie cut.
Breathe, Jose, breathe. I don't know my lines. I have no idea what's going on. What's happening?
Now here's the thing.
At the height of her fame, Bisset, alongside her powerhouse co-stars like Heather Locklear, even graced the cover of Rolling Stone, cementing her status as a pop culture icon. But today, Bisset is just as candid about the things that matter most to her, like her family. It was a challenging 9 months for her after a devastating fire, sparked by a propane grill explosion on the back porch of her Washington home, left her and her children in temporary housing. The fire quickly engulfed the house, destroying most of their possessions and rendering the home unlivable. It was a tough reality to face, Bisset admitted, reflecting on the experience. She expressed gratitude for her privilege, but also frustration with the hurdles of recovery. We pay so much for insurance, and then something like this happens and you're left wondering, how are they not doing more to help? It's such an awful process. Thankfully, her 2 children, whom she shares with her ex-husband, actor Rob Estes, were not home during the fire. Bisset leaned on her friends and family to get through those early days. Thank God for them. They stepped in when I couldn't, she said. Despite the hardship, Bisset remains hopeful. I truly believe that one day I'll look back and see a silver lining in all of this, she shared with optimism. At 45, she continues to inspire with her resilience, charm, and enduring connection to her fans. Hollywood can be unpredictable, and many of the stars we grew up watching have faded from the spotlight. But Josie Bisset has managed to defy the odds, carving out a career filled with meaningful projects while prioritizing her most important role, being a mom. In her latest role, Bisset portrays Sonia Clifton, a veterinarian married to Jeff, played by Wirt Critchlow, a successful but emotionally distant businessman. Sonia's life takes a heartbreaking turn when she suffers a miscarriage and learns she will never be able to conceive. Seeking solace from her husband, she instead discovers his infidelity. What follows is a surprising twist. Sonia befriends his mistress, and unexpectedly develops a genuine connection with the young woman she expected to despise. Bisset found a personal connection to Sonia's pain, having experienced a miscarriage herself. I was pregnant while shooting Melrose Place and came from a big family, so I was devastated when it happened, she revealed. I got pregnant the first time we tried, but after the miscarriage, I couldn't conceive for 2 years. You don't understand that level of loss until it happens. I drew on that feeling of hopelessness and longing for motherhood to connect with Sonia. Now co-parenting her 2 teenagers, Mason, 17, and Maya, 14, Bisset has worked hard to balance her career with being present for her children. She chose roles that allowed her to stay close to home, including a memorable stint on The Secret Life of the American Teenager. The show, which ran for 5 seasons, gave her the flexibility to commute between Seattle and Burbank every other week. Like many working mothers, she has dealt with the guilt of being away from her kids, but has always emphasized the importance of balance. I've taught my kids about the pie of life and making time for the things that matter, she explained. As a Libra, I can't function if I'm off balance. I feel it immediately. Bisset's creative outlet during motherhood has also blossomed into a successful writing career. She's authored 2 beloved children's books, Tickle Monster and Boogie Monster, and co-edited 2 more titles, Little Bits of Wisdom and Making Memories. Currently, she's working on a new book about a young girl and her adventures. With her kids now in their teens, she's also returning to the big screen. Most recently, she shot a scene in Korea for the upcoming film Operation Chromite, starring Liam Neeson. Through all her endeavors, Bisset's ability to balance career, family, and creativity continues to inspire. Let's talk about Alicia Witt, the beloved star known for her memorable roles in Hallmark classics like Christmas Tree Lane and Our Christmas Love Song. Behind the glitz and warmth of her festive films, Witt faced a cascade of personal challenges during the early 2000s and 20s, marked by heartbreak and resilience. In the midst of the global COVID-19 pandemic, tragedy struck just before Christmas 2021. Witt's elderly parents, Robert and Diane Witt, were found deceased in their Worcester, Massachusetts home. According to their death certificates, the cause was probable cardiac dysrhythmia, worsened by the freezing conditions in their home due to a broken heater. To add to her sorrow, Witt herself had been diagnosed with breast cancer shortly before this devastating loss. In May 2022, Witt took to Instagram to share her cancer journey, detailing her diagnosis and the steps she took toward recovery.
In a celebratory post, The Walking Dead star shared a sweet video of her hitting a gong when she finished her treatments, writing, quote,
Then in June, she announced the joyous news of being cancer-free, capturing the moment in a heartwarming video that reflected her indomitable spirit. Throughout her treatment, Witt displayed remarkable resilience and privacy, choosing to keep her battle largely under wraps. She even continued working, relying on special caps to preserve her hair, a testament to her strength and determination to move forward. These actors don't just entertain us through their movies, they inspire us through their lives. But whose story touched you the most? Let me know in the comments, and if you liked this video, do leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.